Hey, this is Jeremy to the Tabletop, and we're taking a look at other games that I like from other manufacturers. And today we are going to take a look at Secret Hitler. Now, Secret Hitler is a hidden roles game. This is going to be similar to like Mafia or Werewolf, although there are some additional little things thrown into this to kind of keep it from being just a typical hidden roles game. This game is produced by Goat, Wolf, and Cabbage, which is a reference to the Goat, Wolf, and Cabbage conundrum. As far as I can tell, they have not made any other games, because after you make a game called Secret Hitler, you don't get to make any more. And no regular company that has been making a bunch of games is going to make a game called Secret Hitler, because calling your game Secret Hitler is insane. Because a lot of people, you want to play this because you like it, and they see the name and they're like, what? Secret Hitler? That's, you know, what? That's really weird. And so you have to convince them to play the game called Secret Hitler. You know, and they can take a little bit of convincing, and you got to do it right, and like not be real creepy when you do it. This game is called Secret Hitler because in the game there is a Hitler, but he is secret. The other players, they do not know that he is the Hitler. The Hitler, he is going around the game pretending not to be the Hitler. He is pretending to be the friends of the others and not to be a Hitler. He is wearing Groucho Marx glasses with the fake nose and the fake mustache, which covers up the little Hitler mustache. Oh, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure any chance I had of this channel ever being monetized has pretty well been nuked at this point. So let's go ahead and get into this game, Secret Hitler. Now, first of all, this box here, the box, the artwork, the documentation, everything on this is done to have like this old school feel to it. I showed this to some people and they're like, wow, this is an old game. And I'm like, no, it's not even like 10 years old yet. It's not an old game, but Secret Hitler. And I like that the rule book is like really long and shaped like the box, because that's just great. It's not this many rules. They just have it in a bunch of different languages so that you can play it all over Europe in different languages, because I'm sure everyone in Europe wants to play a game called Secret Hitler. In Secret Hitler, you're going to have two different game boards: the liberal game board and the fascist game board. The fascist game board will change depending on the number of players, 5 or 6, 7 or 8, or 9 or 10 players. But you will have one liberal board and one fascist board. You're going to have these two wooden placards here, which are marked President and Chancellor. On the back of these, they actually have all of the procedures that you should follow, so you don't have to dig out the rule book. They're just right there for you, which is nice. You have cards noting a draw pile and a discard pile, because people always get these things mixed up in games. You have a bunch of policy, not cards, but policy things, some of them being liberal, some of them being fascist, and they should be all thoroughly mixed up and set on the draw pile. You will have a bunch of Ja and Nein cards. Everybody gets a Ja and Nein card. That is how you vote, because you will vote Ja or Nein. And it says yes and no there in case your German is really bad. You have the election tracker, which I will explain in a bit. And then you have these cards. These are the roll cards. Yes, because the roll cards are very important to this game. You have two different cards that are going to be in here. You're going to have your party membership card, and you're going to have your roll card. Now, all the liberals are going to have a party membership that says liberal and a roll card that says liberal. You're going to put those in there. Remember, there is a difference between the party membership and the roll. Most of the fascists will have a fascist party membership card and a fascist roll card. But one of the fascists, he has the party membership card that says fascist, but his roll is Hitler. So the number of liberals and the number of fascists and Hitler will depend based on the number of players. The rule book goes over that for you. For the setup, I actually recommend the Secret Hitler app that you can download. It's free. You should get that because it has Will Wheaton, and Will Wheaton will help you set up. And whenever you have a choice to have more Will Wheaton or less Will Wheaton, you should always pick more Will Wheaton, unless you are Star Trek Picard, and then you should pick less Will Wheaton. But otherwise, always pick more Will Wheaton. So, how does this game play? Well, once you figure out how many fascist and liberal cards you need, you'll pull out one of these for each player, and you will distribute them randomly to everyone so they cannot tell who you in fact are. You'll then go through the app and have Will Wheaton set up the game for you. Do what Will says. Don't mess up the game. Don't be that guy. And then you got to figure out probably beforehand who is going to be the first player. You're going to take turns passing around the president placard. Is this a placard, or is it, what do they call it? They call it a two wooden placards. It's a placard. So how do you win this game? Well, the liberals win the game in two ways. The first one of those ways will be filling up the liberal game thingy here with liberal policies, and you want those liberal policies to fill up before all the fascist ones get there. So that is the first way to win. The second way to win as a liberal is to kill Hitler, because killing Hitler is okay. The way the fascists win would be filling up the fascist policies before the liberals get there, or once 3 fascist policies have come down, if you can manage to get Hitler elected chancellor, once you have 3 fascist policies, you also win. So what does the president do? Well, I'm glad you asked. So the first thing the president has to do is elect their chancellor. So they're just gonna pick somebody. Well, maybe not just randomly pick somebody. Early in the game, yeah, you're just shotgunning and just picking someone because you got no idea. So you're just going to pick someone to be your chancellor. Then there will be a vote. You're going to vote by putting your Ya or 9 card face down. Then everyone will reveal them at the same time, and you see if that person got elected chancellor. If that person got elected, great. You will continue on with the rest of the instructions on there. If not, you will then move this election tracker up 1. Now you have 1, 2, and 3, and then once a fail happens, you get to an automatic reveal and enact the top policy. What does that mean? Well, we'll show you what's going on here with the policies. Once the president has picked their chancellor, they then go to the policies. And as you see, the policies in here are all these different ones. There are liberal policies and there are fascist policies. Now, there are, as you can see through here, more fascist policies in the deck than there are liberal. So you will then, the president will take 3 policies, and then the president looks at these and doesn't tell anyone what they are, and then the president has to pass them off to their chancellor. So you get to just discard one of these automatically. You could be like, I'm going to discard one of these fascist ones and just give them a fascist and a liberal. You could discard the liberal policy and just give them to fascists if you're being fascist like that. Sometimes, and this is very likely, the president may just draw 3 fascist policies and you may not have any others to pass along. Then discard one of these policies and you give the other two face down to your chancellor, and then the chancellor has to pick one of the two. And you can see here where this is where a lot of the drama in the game comes from, because what policies did the president draw? Which one did he discard? What policies did he give to his chancellor? What policies did the chancellor pick? Now we're also going to see here for the fascist game boards that they change a little bit for each one, but we will look at some of the scenarios on these. Once a policy gets dropped onto one of these, this thing ends up happening. So on this one here, if, well, that's liberal, but if a fascist policy were to go there, a fascist policy goes there, and then a third fascist policy goes, this right here happens immediately after that is placed. The president examines the top 3 cards. Do not change the order. So the president gets to see what the top 3 cards are. That could be interesting. This one, the president must kill a player. So a president picks a player and then they're dead because he killed them. Don't actually kill the player. You're just killing them in the context of the game, okay? That's, you know. Of course, once a player is killed, they show their party membership card and their secret role card to reveal if they were a liberal or a fascist, and they reveal their secret role card at that point so that people can see if they were Hitler or not. Now, a question comes up, why do we have a party membership card and a role card? And that is something that can come up in a game that has 7 or more players. You will see on some of the spaces here, it says the president investigates a player's party membership card. Now at that point, they are only looking at the party membership card. They are not looking at the role card. And that is important because they can find out if someone is a liberal or a fascist, but they don't find out if they're Hitler. They'll know that they're a fascist, but won't necessarily know that they're Hitler. This one is the president must kill a player and veto power is unlocked. What's veto power? Well, I'm glad you asked. Once the veto power is active, the president will discard the 1 card and send 2 to his chancellor as usual, but he may say, I wish to veto this agenda. The chancellor may take a look at it, and then if the chancellor agrees, those 2 policies get discarded. So once a veto is enacted, the president placard gets moved to the next player and nothing else happens there. If the chancellor does not agree to it, then the chancellor just picks one of the policies and plays them as usual. But also remember that if a veto is successful, that does move the election tracker down 1 spot. So remember that. So one of the rules for the chancellor is that most of the time, and there's a few exceptions that the rule book goes over, the chancellor cannot be the immediate previous president or chancellor. The president can be the last chancellor because the president will just move down in order, but the chancellor can't be someone that was just president or chancellor. So you can't just keep picking the same person over and over. You've got to rotate that one through. So, how truthful do you have to be in this game? And the answer is, you don't have to be truthful at all. The only thing you do have to be truthful about is that if you're Hitler and you get killed, you have to reveal that you're Hitler. And if you're Hitler and you get elected as chancellor after 3 policies had been passed, you have to reveal that you are Hitler. So ironically, the only person in the game that has to ever tell the truth at some point is Hitler. So yeah, you can lie about anything. The hidden knowledge, when you get to see when you get to take a look at someone's membership, you don't have to be truthful about what their membership was. You can lie about it. You can lie about which 3 policies you drew when you're president. As chancellor, you can lie about what the 2 policies were that you were given. You can lie about anything. You can deceive people. It's a hidden roles game. But generally speaking in this game, if you're a liberal, you kind of want to act like a liberal and have people think you're a liberal. And if you're a fascist you probably want people to think you're a liberal. And especially if you're Hitler, you want people to think you're a liberal. You do not want to out yourself if you're Hitler. But anyway, that is the game Secret Hitler. Do you think this is a fun game? Do you think that this is a game that is in good taste? Probably not. But whatever you think, you can leave those comments down in the comment section. You can give this video a thumbs up and a like to make sure that I know that you like it. And also, you can subscribe to my channel to make sure that you catch all the videos that I post so you don't miss anything. This is Jeremy with To The Tabletop, and we'll see you around next time.